Well, good afternoon, people. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a blessed day. And as always, I hope you learned something today. Um, this is going to be a real touchy video. Uh, this is really meant for a young friend and whoever else this message is meant for. No one has the right to put you down because you don't believe what they believe. No one has the right to try to force you to believe what they believe. And, you know, anyone, this is my personal opinion, anyone who would tell a 13-year-old child that Jesus is ashamed of them needs their ass whooped. Ass whooped. For real. A 13-year-old child. And the only reason this child was told that was because this child had the audacity to do research. To not just take what their parents told them and what their grandparents told them, to actually see, damn, my parents have lived in this system their whole lives, and my grandparents have lived in this system their whole lives. And to actually be able to see and acknowledge and not try to hide and brush under the rug these gaping holes in these fucking people. And to actually be able to see the correlation between the two. That's beautiful. That is awesome. That is awesome. No one is ashamed of you. They're not ashamed of you, really. They're ashamed of themselves. You, in 13 years of life, have managed to do what they couldn't in their entire lives, obviously. And you've surpassed them in 13 years. And whereas that is the point, or at least it used to be the point before everything became me, 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 and my master and Lord. And my master and Lord is whatever. The man they keep talking about, his name wasn't Jesus. His name was Yahshua ben Sirach. He was a real man. He was a rebel. He was a fighter. He was someone who would not conform to the bullshit they told him. To the bullshit they subjugated his ancestors to. No. No. Worst case scenario, homie, all you can do is kill me. That's it. Because the facts remain the facts. And they did. They killed the man. Couldn't control him before death or after death. Couldn't control his people. So in 325 AD, which is at least 325 years after the man died, Constantine I convened the First Council of Nicaea. And the First Council of Nicaea are the people who created Christianity. And the way they did this was by combining all the religions that were out there. They took all the pagan holidays, your winter solstice, your summer solstice, and they're not pagan holidays. That's just what they called them because it didn't fit with their system. It didn't fit with the control that they wanted to assert and have over the masses. So they tied them all together. This winter solstice, hey, that's Jesus' birthday. Easter Sunday, come on, cuz. So they tied all this shit together and they called it Christianity. Joshua was not a Christian. He was not. Absolutely was not. The New Testament was created in the 1600s. Obviously, that's at least 1600 years after the man died. This entire system is a method of control, and it has been since the beginning. And I say all that to say, you know, I don't care what anybody believes. I don't care if you want to follow this same ignorant slave hive mind that enslaved and entrapped your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents. If that's what you choose to do, hey, so be it. Keep screaming out to your master and your Lord. So be it. All power to you. But don't think just because you try to ignore the truth and call it faith, well, I'm standing in faith. No. You're ignoring the truth. Maybe, a lot of you, honestly, it's incomprehensible. And I understand. You can't admit you're wrong. You definitely can't admit you've been wrong your entire life and your parents are wrong and their parents are wrong. But you shouldn't be trying to tear down a child for seeing the truth. The reason you tried to tear down that child is because you know in your heart of hearts that child is right. Hell, if you read your Old Testament and then you read your New Testament, you were told against that. All this, you created another golden calf. Obviously you didn't learn nothing the first time. But that's fine. That's what you choose to do. That's what you choose to stand in. Go for it. Do your thing. But don't try to tear someone else down for doing theirs. For standing in their truth. Especially when they're standing in truth, period. And damn. They're just doing what you're too afraid to do. What you've always been too afraid to do. You're awesome, little homie. You are awesome. God loves you. All right, God is not ashamed of you. And he, she, they will never be ashamed of you. And really, that's it, man. Just take that with you and know that stand in your strength. Stand under your convictions. 1 + 1 is 2. And I don't care if your mama looks you in your face and tells you, well, I have faith, so 1 + 1 is 4. No, it's not. 1 + 1 is 2. And the fact that you have faith that 1 + 1 is 4 does not make it so. That is just the truth that you choose to stand in. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to get back in here to this little exercise. I do hope everybody has a good day. I do hope this doesn't ruffle too many feathers. I'm sure it will, but, whatever. You are awesome, little homie. Keep reading, keep studying, keep searching for truth. And when you find it, stand in it. Stand beside it. Be like the truth of the parable that these people want to keep spitting at you. They want you to conform to. Stand in the truth of Yahshua ben Sirach. Fight. 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 Period. Period. Because you know what? Obviously, we've conformed for God knows who knows how long. I mean, this entire system is some shit that was forced upon our people. To begin with. So stand in your truth. Stand in the truth. And that doesn't mean go and preach to people. That doesn't mean go and convert. I mean, if this is what you are so compelled to do, then do it. Then do it. However, standing in your truth doesn't mean that you have to go and tell other people and you have to go and convert other people. What that means is that you have to stand in your truth and stand behind it. Because these people will always try to tear you down for your beliefs. They will always try to tear you down for not conforming the way they conformed. For having the audacity to have strength where all they did was cower and fold. You're awesome. Stand in your truth. God loves you and God is always with you. So be it.